And those early voting numbers are not what Mayor Emanuel's challengers wanted to see. They've been forecasting a big turnout of so-called souls to the polls, driven by grassroots anger over the mayor's policies. Tonight was the final face-to-face debate, the last chance for his challengers to hold the mayor to account. All four attacked Rahm Emanuel and his debate etiquette.
Our measure.
Please, a question, Mr. Emanuel.
At least once follow the rules.
Yeah.
What we're here for.
Even though he was outnumbered tonight, some see smooth sailing for the mayor. 2 weeks from the election, political editor Mike Flannery here now to report on that. Mike?
Well, Jeff, 6 months ago, voter opinion surveys showed Rahm Emanuel losing this bid for re-election, but that was to candidates who in the end did not run. Surveys now indicate the challengers who did run haven't yet at least been able to capitalize. It's not just that 10% decline in early balloting, a powerful signal that despite what his challengers say, most voters may not be all that angry at Mayor Emanuel. There's also all the advertising his $30 million war chest can buy. Then there's President Obama planning something he did not do in 2011. Come to Chicago to give a personal boost to Emanuel's campaign. It's enough to convince one nationally recognized scholar of Chicago politics that the February 24th election is now the mayor's to lose. What's your prediction and why?
I think Emanuel will close it out on the 24th, somewhere in the low to mid-50s.
That percentage is significant because if no candidate gets more than 50% on February 24th, the top two vote getters will face a runoff election April 7th. Emanuel's critics scoff at the claim he's wrapped it up.
He running scared, and it's time for him to pack up and leave. And frankly, we're going to send him home.
Chuy Garcia's campaign says its 9 field offices and thousands of volunteers, many of them teachers and other public employees, will deliver a stunning upset.
It's not necessarily the size of the turnout, it's a question of who turns out and how. And I think that we have the ability to turn out our vote. I think that's one of the big differences.
We need another debate. I think we need answers to the questions that were raised. I think the mayor needs to get before the voters.
Well, that's not going to happen. There is not going to be another debate. They're done. Each of Emanuel's challengers needed a game changer tonight. I didn't see one. And things won't get any better for the challengers next week when the big kahuna of Chicago politics comes back to town. Expect the mayor to wrap his arms around President Obama, grab onto the coattails, and perhaps replay the highlights of it all from the mayor's point of view, Dawn and Jeff, in a final round of TV commercials.
He has the cash to do it.
Something
certainly.
that gets lost in all of this, the mayoral election here, are the aldermanic races, too, that could have an impact on Rahm Emanuel.
The teachers union's got about a dozen teachers that they recruited to run for alderman. They're challenging aldermen they say have been too loyal and too slavishly devoted to the mayor. We are going to be watching 2 weeks from tonight,
okay,
as the votes are counted there as well.
Okay. You're on it. Thank you, Mike.
Mike Flannery, thanks.